Hello ladies and chaps, and a jolly good welcome to you. I am Quertier. Thank you very much for joining me for this video, which is basically a tricks and tips video for Hellion players. Now I'd just like to point out, this is not an how-to or a tutorial. It is merely me sharing the wisdom, if you want to call it that, and experience I have of the game, as well as some tricks and tips I picked up from other people as well that are also much more experienced than I am. So I'm hoping this will be beneficial for the new players. There's a large influx of new players into the game. Hopefully this will help you and make your survival a little bit more easier. Here we go. Firstly, planning and preparation. Now when you start off in Hellion, you need to strategize. You need to think, what do I want to get out of this survival experience here? What do I want to get out of this wipe? Do you wish to go out as a pirate, just take your ship and fly around and see how much trouble you can find? Or are you hoping to build a monstrosity of a base nearest to the sun or something like that? Well, whatever it is you mean to do, you need to prioritize and plan how you're going to do it. It's no good you just cutting around the system, wasting all your fuel and getting smashed to pieces by debris. Plan your steps. Where do you want to go first? What do you want to get first? What are you prioritizing? Are you looking at building up resources first or building your base first? That kind of thing. I like to make up standard operating procedures for myself. What do I do if I meet a stranger? What do I do if I meet a friendly player? Hellion is too unforgiving for you just to go off on the cuff. Have a plan for everything, every eventuality. Point number 2, starting out. Now once you've decided what your plan is and how you're going to prioritise everything, your first few moves are probably some of your most important. Decide, are you happy where you spawn, or do you want to move? Most players tend to move their base, because where you are, you're right in a debris field, and you probably don't want to be in there for too long, because it will catch up with you. So find a nice spot, whether it's in the same orbits, the same planet, or if you want to move to another moon or planet. Decide where you want to go, and then plan for that move. You probably won't be able to move right off the bat. You might want to gather some local resources first, and perhaps visit the local stations. A little tip when you're going exploring, ensure your outpost has spare suits. There's no point in having your ship full of spare suits, because if you're killed with your ship, the suits are lost. Have the spare suits in your outpost so that when you respawn, you have a way of reaching the rescue ship when you call it. Another important tip is don't be wasteful. Don't throw anything away. You can recycle things now, even things that aren't working, recycle them, get parts back. Also, don't waste your time. Whilst you're going through warp, there's plenty of things you can be doing. Some people like to play basketball.
Oh, come on!
You've still got to throw the thing in through the hoop.
Some like to tidy up their cargo bay. And if you're truly as mad as I am, you might take this time to serenade the love in your life. I like to ruin classic old songs written nearly 40 years before I was born with my horrible and cringy singing voice.
Just a fool. I fall in love with you. Oi, where you going?
I'm going to be sick.
Alright, okay.
Oh, hang on. Oh. Rip. Yes, rip indeed your ears after hearing that, no doubt. I do apologise, and moving swiftly on. Debris fields. They are right bastards, aren't they? One tip I have when you're planning on raiding a large station, your ship will be stationary in space for a while, so park it on the other side of the station to where the debris comes from. It will deflect most of the debris, but not all of it naturally, so just be aware. After all, you wouldn't like to end up like this poor chap, would you? If you look at that! This ship's getting smashed to pieces! No, I didn't think so. Just remember, with debris fields, there's a kind of subtlety to their unsubtlety. You think it's just like hailstones pittering off your windscreen, but before you know it, you've taken 15% hull damage and you have a hull breach. Splendid! So keep an eye on your hull integrity levels, because before you know it, ship systems will start to get damaged. A couple of tips for raiding stations and other bases. Take a respawn point with you. Take your CQM or an outpost if there's more than one of you, drag it to the station that you're going to raid, have your respawn point set, and make sure it's stocked with weapons, ammo, your suits and med sticks and all that good stuff you need for raiding. So if you're killed, you have a quick respawn. You don't lose your ship, you don't lose all your stuff either. This tactic actually works better when you have someone at your main base that can reassign you a spawn point there if need be too. And lastly, and this is probably one of the most important, work with others. Hellion is a very lonely place for people striking out on their own, but there are so many who would happily team up with you and start something new. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to help newer people. The game now has the Join Hellion Discord button in the menu. If you're not on the Discord, press that, come along. There's hundreds of people waiting to talk to you, waiting to play with you, and show you the ropes if you need be. Also, the devs are there, and they love chatting to new players, they love helping players, and all that good stuff. So come by, say hello, and get stuck in. Now, obviously, there are many other tactics and things like that people might use, but I've just listed some very basic ones here. Some that are more generic that you might use all the time. So, only a short video today. Next video will probably be a tutorial for piloting. So, thank you very much for watching, and once again, the Hellion Discord, I'll put it in my description. Also, I'll put my own Discord link there too. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you did enjoy the video and would like to see more. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I do live stream this game as well, so come by for a stream sometime. Once again, thank you very, very much for watching. I am Quertier. Hope you have a very nice day, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Thank you, and goodbye.